couldn't have concluded our evening without talking about Armenian brandy. We call it cognac, but we know it's brandy. And of course, I had to have my very good friend, a cognac educator, Irina Ponomarenko, who is also a sommelier, among many other things, other titles. So today, I would like to talk about how to properly taste cognac or brandy, what kind of glassware to choose, and also we have a few over here, aged for 10 years. So tell us, what does it take? Take it away.
Thank you. So happy to be here and looking forward to the real Guinea Fest. So we are going to be tasting a couple of Armenian brandies. The first will be tasting Noi, the 10-year-old Noi Classic. And you can notice the glasses we are using are tulip glasses. You may be familiar with snifters, the big balloon glasses, but they tend to focus on the aroma of alcohol. So they hit you with the alcohol right away. So if you are drinking a neat spirit, this is actually a better glass because it focuses on the aromas of the spirit and not the alcohol.
Okay, so how do you, I've seen people, warm, like put their fingers here, warm it up. Is that necessary or is it not?
I don't think it is. Actually, the best serving temperature is room temperature, but think about the heat wave we are having right now. So your room temperature may not be optimal. I like to tell people that the perfect room temperature is the temperature of a French castle, which is between 60 and 64 degrees Fahrenheit, or 15 to 17 Celsius. But if you feel that it would benefit from warming up, by all means, take it in the palm of your hand and slightly warm it. It's really up to you.
All right, so we're tasting a 10-year-old cognac brandy.
Yep.
So what are we looking for?
Well, we are looking for the aromas of aging here. There will be fruit. The fruit will smell more like dry fruits, like dried apricots, raisins, figs, dates, all dried. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A lot of spices because it's spent 10 years in oak. So a lot of spices and warm toasted oak flavors. And already you see aromas of aging like tobacco, cigar box, leather.
Is that why it's very common to have the brandy or cognac with a cigar, because they complement, you would think that they complement each other?
And this in particular has a lot of sweet aromas to it, so it would be a good complement to a cigar, which is kind of spicy.
All right, so I know that, with the wine, we swirl it vigorously. Do you do the same with the cognac or brandy?
I wouldn't recommend that because it is much higher in alcohol than wine. So it's going to hit you with the alcohol again. So I would gently rotate the glass to distribute it on the walls of your glass and then nose it.
And then taste it.
And taste it.
And this one was again the Noi, 10 years old?
Noi, 10 years old. Very smooth, with quite a bit of sweet dried fruit and spices. Would be good with a cigar, would be very good with some of the cheeses you have here.
How about
I think blue
cheese?
would be perfect with it. Because the smoothness would really complement the sharpness of the blue.
All right, let's check the next one.
I think it works.
It is so
Very
good.
nice.
It makes it so much more rounder in your mouth. Absolute perfect pairing. And the cheeses are provided by Karun and Presidente today, so delicious cheeses. Okay, let's go to the next one.
So the next brandy we are tasting is the same age level. It is Ararat Ahtamar, which is a 10-year-old brandy as well.
And we know now that we don't swirl it vigorously, we just
I'll rotate the glass, coat the glass with the brandy.
And so because this is 10 years old, age 10 years, as well as the other one, they should have some similar qualities. The grapes are similar, aren't they?
Yes, the grapes are similar. The Armenian brandy uses all native Armenian grapes like Voskehat, help me out with
Kangun.
that. Kangun.
Etc.
Arkatsuteli is the only Georgian, but the rest of them are white Armenian grapes. And yes, we should expect similar aromas, but each producer has his own style, so there will be differences.
There's absolutely a difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
It has a much more savory smell than the first one. The first one was more on the sweet side, and I think this is more herbaceous and spicy.
Yeah. And this is another fun thing for the people who really enjoy cognacs, brandies, other spirits. You know, put them side by side, taste them like this. It makes it such a nice and fun party. So, okay, I'm ready to taste it, and maybe we can find another cheese to pair it with. Maybe the smoked one.
Maybe the smoked one. I think that the brie, or is it camembert, would go also very nicely with that.
Would you like to try the brie?
Yes, I would like to try that because it's creamy and it should go with the spicy and savory qualities of this brandy.
And this is the thing, like for, usually like in Armenia, I remember like we would have brandy, or like I said, cognac as we call it, after the meal with the coffee, which is fine too, but the versatility of the cognac and the brandy and the other spirits is that you can actually incorporate it into your meal.
Yes, by all means. Just don't try to pair it with any health food. No green salad. Something that has a lot of fat, spice, and taste.
Okay, not the celery.
No.
Okay.
No, that would not be a good pairing, but the cheese is.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is delicious. Akhtamar is such a staple for the Armenian brandy. We love it. It's very common to put it into the sini when you go to for a wedding. I don't know if you know the detail about the Armenian culture, but let's go to the next one.
Okay. So the next one is a 12-year-old brandy, Sate. So a little older, but still it is within the same range, so we should expect similar aromas, but let's see if the style of this brandy is different.
Very caramely.
Yes, a lot of caramel, but still dried fruits, figs, oak, and spice. A lot of smoothness. Mm-hmm. It's actually the smoothest of the three.
You know what I'm thinking? That this brandy, I want to keep saying cognac, this brandy would benefit from being frozen. And the first time I tried a frozen or out of the freezer cognac was at your place.
Yes.
What do you think?
Well, maybe I would choose something a little younger with a little less oak to freeze. Mm-hmm. But yes, there are different serving temperatures that work well with cognac. It doesn't have to be room temperature. You can serve it out of the freezer, and that works especially well with fatty fish like smoked salmon. Or you can serve it out of the fridge, slightly warmer, but still cool. That works really well with younger brandies that are very fruit forward. Mm-hmm. Not so much these, because they have some oak on them, and that may seem harsh out of the freezer.
So what would we pair this one with? We did the blue cheese, we did the...
well, let's try some string cheese.
Okay, so the smoked string cheese.
The smoked, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's try it with this. Thank you so much. It's always very educational, always very fun to spend time with you to learn about spirits, cognacs, brandies, and everything in between.
This might be my favorite pairing.
Well, thank you, Karun and Presidente, for making our pairing so perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, Irina. Thank you so much for taking time
Happy
and
to
being
be here.
And Irina has done classes for the Guinea Fest 2 years in a row, cognac education classes.